So I never schedule on GrubHub because I've always just been able to turn on the app when I get into my marketplace and start working on GrubHub. And Friday night I decided to try out a schedule just to see what might happen if I'm actually on a block and see if the orders that I get are better. My name is John McFall, and I want to welcome you to the McFallRI channel, where I teach you how to make money, and I also teach you how to manage the money that you are making. The video today is going to be about GrubHub specifically because if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I don't schedule on Uber Eats or GrubHub. Uber Eats doesn't allow it, but GrubHub does. But on Friday night, I went out and I got on a block from 5 to 7, and I want to talk to you what happened during that time and tell you what the outcome was from being scheduled on a block. So as I was driving down into my marketplace, I live about 15 minutes north of my marketplace, so I always turn on my apps as I am headed towards it so that I can see if I can get some orders on the way down, so I have something to do once I get there. So when I was going into my marketplace, I got my very first order. This was a Wendy's order, and it was $6.86 for 4.4 miles, and I was still a couple of miles out of my marketplace. So had I been in my marketplace, it would have been about a 2 mile for $6.86. So this wasn't a bad order to start. And then once I dropped that order off, as I was getting to the drop off, they actually sent me a really good order that was $20.94 for 5.3 miles. This is an outstanding order. It's almost $4 a mile, and it was picking up from a Bob Evans. And when I got to the restaurant, the order was ready. I was only about a half a mile away, so this was a really good order for me to get. As I was getting to my drop-off for the Bob Evans order, then a Mr. Beast Burger order came in that was $7.15 for 4.1 miles. I was only about a mile away from Mr. Beast Burger, so this was the next one that I grabbed. As I was dropping off Mr. Beast Burger, then I got a request from China House, and it was 8 miles for a total of $10.34. So I grabbed this China House order, and as I was getting to the China House, I picked up that order and I was headed to deliver that order. And then I got a Marco's Pizza order that was $10.31 for 8.3 miles. So these are the 5 orders that I took during that 2-hour period. I had turned on DoorDash as I was headed down into my marketplace too, and the whole time for the first 2 hours I kept pausing DoorDash because GrubHub was sending me a lot of orders. So what is the final total when I was out Friday night for this 2-hour block and working GrubHub exclusively? So what was the outcome of working this 2-hour scheduled block on GrubHub? The total dollars that I got was $55.60. This gives me a total per hour of $27.80. This is a really good dollars to hour that I got during this 2-hour period working on GrubHub. So I was really happy with that. I also drove a total of 30.9 miles total, and this gave me $1 per mile of $1.80. I know that GrubHub, when they send you offers, a lot of times they send you on long orders and the dollars to mile kind of suck, but this 2-hour period, they did really well for me. So I was really happy with the outcome of being on a scheduled block with GrubHub because I made really good dollars to time, I made really good dollars to mile, and each order that they sent me was really close to where I was dropping off the order. So this was a really good outcome of being scheduled on GrubHub and getting a block and trying it out. So is being scheduled on a block on GrubHub helpful, and does it give you better orders and give you better dollars while you're out there working on the platform? I'm still up in the air about it, quite honestly. And the reason this is because there are times when I go out on GrubHub and I just turn the app on when I get into my marketplace, and I do get back-to-back orders when I'm out there working in my marketplace. There's other times where GrubHub is just dead silent and there's not really anything coming through. I do want to say that after I got off of the block, it was about 7 o'clock p.m. and I ended up working on DoorDash pretty much exclusively for the rest of the night. I did get an order or two on Uber Eats, and GrubHub might have sent me one or two more requests, but GrubHub really dried up after I got off of the block that I was scheduled on. So I'm really up in the air about it, because I do have times when GrubHub will send me orders consistently and regularly. So what my plan is I've scheduled myself for a couple more blocks this week, and I really want to test to see if being scheduled on a block really does help me. And if I do a couple of more blocks and see that they will send me the orders like they did Friday from 5 o'clock p.m. until 7 o'clock p.m., I'm going to continue getting on blocks and seeing if I can make more money on GrubHub. So if you use GrubHub, if you know that you're going to be in your marketplace for a set period of time, try the scheduling out for yourself and see if that helps you get better orders and make more money when you're out there, because $27.80 an hour, that's phenomenal to me, and I'll take that every single night when I'm out there. Also, $1.80 per mile. I can't complain about $1.80 per mile, because it's really good. So if you're thinking about whether or not you should schedule on GrubHub, try it out in your marketplace and see if it helps you out. I want to remind you that down here in my description I have some great tools for you. The one I want to talk to you about today is my metric spreadsheet. If you don't keep track of your numbers, you do not know where you are overall, and this means that you don't see where you need to improve. So I'm going to throw it up here on the screen real quick so you guys can check it out. If you look at the left-hand side, you'll see I always put my start time and my end time. This gives me the total time that I've worked. I also put in the miles. If you head to the right, then you'll see for each individual app, I put the dollars that I've made, the time that I worked, along with the number of deliveries. Head to the bottom then, and you'll see it calculates out what your average dollar per hour, dollar per mile, and your average per order. To get better at doing food delivery, you need to know where you are. So head down into my description, go grab a free copy of this metric spreadsheet for yourself. I'd also like to ask you to like this video and to subscribe to my channel. Finally, I want to leave you with, I hope that you are out there getting the money that you and your family deserve. And with that, I want to say thanks.